Hey everybody, Applicabledave here. I'm here to do a movie review for Avengers Age of Ultron. I just saw it last night with my friends and it was amazing. So let's go ahead and get into it. I really like the character development of this film. If you guys remember the first one, they kind of shortchanged Hawkeye's character. This time they really took their time to develop his character. They humanized him, and that was sorely lacking in the first film. Now we know that he has a family, he's got a little ranch going on. The thing with Romanoff and Banner was a little bit weird for me, only because it just happened. Like in the first film, there was not much interaction between Banner and Romanoff other than when they were in a helicarrier and he changed for the very first time. But other than that, there's not much interaction to go off of. It just kind of happened. There's like a big gap where, oh, they're interested in each other. So that was kind of weird, but don't get me wrong, they did a really good job in developing Hawkeye and the twins and other new characters, but they kind of failed as far as developing or connecting the dots between like Iron Man 3 to Avengers 2 or the Winter Soldier to Avengers 2, and the fact that, like for instance, Captain America, when we left off in Winter Soldier, his mission or his goal was to go find Bucky, and then all of a sudden he's just back in the Avengers. With that in mind, bridging into the next topic, the chemistry of all the Avengers was just completely amazing. I love their interaction, I love their banter. They did a really, really good job, and I thought it was a lot better than the first one as far as their interpersonal relationship with each other. It was hilarious when they were all trying to interact and trying to pick the hammer up. It was so funny when Thor was so proud of himself and so confident, but then when Captain America budged it a little bit, you saw that glimmer of panic on his face. It was just hilarious. And when when Vision picked up the hammer and just gave it to Thor, everybody was just dumbfounded. I thought that was really cool, and that just proves it was a brilliant way for them to that transition between who's this guy, we can't trust him, to, oh, I guess we can trust him because he was deemed worthy. One thing that I can't figure out, and I'll try to rewatch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The first season and also Winter Soldier, because from what I understand, in Winter Soldier, Nick Fury basically deemed him the leader as far as what needs to be done first, because remember they met up and they found out that Nick Fury was alive, and he was basically, Captain America was the boss. He called the shots. He said that we need to bring those helicarriers down. We remember that? In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury basically gave S.H.I.E.L.D. to Coulson, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys know, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and review that, but if that's true and that's the case, there's conflict in storylines between Coulson being the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America being the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. One thing that I'm starting to worry about as far as Marvel movies go, yes, a lot of comic book fans will watch it. Yes, a lot of franchise fans watch it. They love Iron Man, they love Captain America, they love Thor, they love all of them, the Hulk. It's almost borderline that it's come to the point where you have to watch certain previous films or shows in order for you to understand what's going on in the next film. Because there's a scene in the middle of the movie where Thor goes on a journey quest. People who don't know the comics or don't know the stories will not understand that. But those of you who are comic book fans knows that's a key element that what's going to happen in Ragnarok. Even the people that watch the film with me, before the movie I had to tell them to watch certain films and series just so that they can get up to date on what's going to happen in Age of Ultron. And so it worries me that it's going to come to the point where you have to watch Avengers 2 in order for you to understand Guardians of the Galaxy 2. You know, so that sort of thing. I recommend watching all of it. It's just that I don't want it to take away from people who haven't seen Iron Man 2 or 3 or Winter Soldier or that sort of thing. I don't understand how Nick Fury still has access to a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. As you know, those of you who have seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and have seen the Winter Soldier, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s gone. Yet he still has access to a helicarrier. I mean, like, what, do you have the car keys for it? If you guys remember the scene where Nick Fury was talking to the Avengers in Hawkeye's house, he was talking about how they used to have all this technology and all they have now is their wits and their will. You have a helicarrier. With Vision, there was not a lot of time for there to be any character development with him, but that's okay. I felt like his key role was to be an element in beating Ultron, not so much as his character. I felt like if they were to push that and to build his character, I thought it would be too much for this film. So I'm excited to see the next Avenger film where they're actually going to show more character development. Well, I hope so. But the two things that I love about Vision's character, or what happened with Vision, is that there is closure between him and Ultron. Obviously, Ultron is supposedly his dad, so to speak, and so there had to be, since Ultron was going to be gone, there had to be a goodbye, there had to be a closure, and I loved it when they were in the woods and he basically blew up the last Ultron. So I thought that was key. And I thought it was really important too. Those of you who are fans of the comics know what I'm talking about when I say it was very important that when the city exploded up in the air and Scarlet Witch was about to be disintegrated, Vision saved her. I thought that was really important because it's gonna be huge as far as their story in the future. There had to be some interaction. The twins were great. First I didn't really care for them, their character, but then as the movie progressed, I started to appreciate their characters more, and it kind of grew on me. So I liked it. I am absolutely in love with Scarlet Witch, especially when her eyes turn red. Like, oh my god, this is so cool. I liked War Machine's role in the film. I know he was a very minor character in the film, but I liked where it leads to. If you know, at the end, he's part of the Avengers now. That's pretty freaking awesome. But as far as he had some action time going on there. I loved it. I love him saving the day or helping Stark out. I love how War Machine and Iron Man flew together. Oh man, I loved it so much. I can't wait. I know that there's a lot of stuff that I picked up on that I love and like, oh, I know what they're talking about, or I know what's gonna happen. But then I can't wait for the next movies to come out and it'll be in reference to something in Avengers Age of Ultron that I didn't pick up. I can feel that there's gonna be so much more to the movie that I just saw, and I won't fully appreciate it and fully understand the stuff that they put into the movie until I see the next films or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something. All in all, I thought the movie was wonderful. I loved it. I want to see it again. I want to see it a couple more times. There's so many different things. The humor was on point. I didn't feel like any jokes were forced into any scene. I thought it was natural. I loved it. I thought the casting, the character development, the pacing, the action, it was all phenomenal. I give it a 9.5 out of 10, only because I thought they could have utilized the connecting the dots. Yes, I can look past that, but it kind of gives me a peace of mind when I see that there's an interconnection between the movies and they actually like solidify it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. And if you guys have any comments, I would love to hear about it. If you can follow me on Twitter, we can communicate on Twitter, or you can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/Applicabledave. I'd love to talk to you more about Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. So let me know what you think in the comments and make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.